Moments ago, went through their usual pregame ritual, although there's nothing usual about a Game 7.
What time is it? Game time!
And welcome to Game 7, everybody.
Welcome to the Game 7 podcast. We have Mr. Week. You already know who I am, De Niro. I'm here with Loon Santana, aka
Looney.
Tana, aka the Looney Bin.
Looney.
Hey, let's go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead. And of course, what? He had to put the specs on us. What they call speckles?
Spectacles. I don't know.
And of course, the newest edition, representing for the ladies. So y'all can't call us toxic masculinity anymore. Y'all got something to say it. Otherwise, what's up, Sabe?
What's going on?
Hey, look, nonchalant. Hey. Anyway, that being said, now we even. We can say what we want. You know what I mean? When the women are not defended properly, it falls on you. So yeah, let's get our shit off. Let's get our shit off. What's happening, y'all? How y'all doing? How was your week and weekend? Because we missed a week. Ladies first.
Mm-hmm.
How was your weekend?
It was a blur.
Huh? You was drunk?
No, work. I wish I was drunk.
Oh.
Work was crazy, but it was good overall. Can't complain too much.
All right, Santana.
It's been quiet. I got back to streaming this weekend.
Yeah. Got the gray showing in the beard and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna fight Father Time, man.
The women love that shit.
Yeah, I've been here.
It's true. It's true, Santana. You're good.
Appreciate it. I told you. I've been. That's what I heard. I didn't know till lately.
Santana been in these streets. That's what I've been hearing. Oh man, yeah. Hey, listen, I feel you. Ain't it funny how shit changed though? Like, you know what I mean? When you young, it's like that's old, but now as we get older, the salt and pepper is like sexy.
Yeah, I'm checking the mirror every weekend. Like, damn, hurry up, come on in.
Hey, I ain't gonna front you. I promise you, I got some grays. I got grays all through, like here, a couple up here, through my beard and stuff. When that shit shine through, I'm letting everybody know I'm somebody's daddy.
Oh God.
Hey, auntie, told you. That's my 2021 slogan. Hey, auntie. Can't front.
Yeah. Like, but you know, it's just it's subjective because a lot of it is like women tend to prefer it, and you never really know what women like. Like, I know a lot of women, majority of women that just do not give a fuck about them. Hey, listen, cut it out. My cousin in here talking shit. A lot of women tend to not like what dudes think they like, which is like the big.
Hey, my 2021 slogan.
No, you gotta pay attention to what women say. We say a lot. You guys just gotta pay attention. If you pay attention and you're observing, you can figure out what women like.
Listen, most men do. Most men do listen. I've always said this, and it's no hit on nobody. I mean, I guess they're gonna take it how they want to take it anyway. They say we kill the women on here, so fuck it, we're gonna keep it even. I've always said, as a man, I just could not dedicate that much time to being around other men. I could never do it. I don't care how buff I am, and it's a lot of hours and dedication that go into that gym life. I've just never been into it. I can't. Like, I do enough to stay in shape.
But why is that?
What do you mean?
Why is it that you can't? It's not. You're looking at it as, is it dedicating to be around other men, or is it dedicating to fitness? There's plenty of women in there too.
Let me explain what I'm saying. There are women, but I am 250 and I've been able to lift over 300 anytime I've gone to the gym and I do not lift weights. The main reason why I do not lift weights is because once you reach a certain limit of weight lifting, like bench press, you need a spotter. That's
true.
So that, I'm not gonna say negates women, but for what I lift, I rather just like I've never like needing
that makes sense.
Needing a partner just is wild to me. Squatting or otherwise, because you pass the fuck out and you on somebody's world star highlight Instagram clip, you do that. That's embarrassing. You see cats that, you know, they outdo it. And this is what I mean, like outdoing it. Like, when is enough? Like, when at some point, like, are you really lifting a car off yourself at some point in life? Do you really need to be that big? Nah, I just need to, you know, be able to carry the groceries in and her not talk shit to me. Or block them shots when y'all be trying to smack niggas and shit. That's it. Flex a little. That's it. I don't need to do none of the rest. Go out in public and, you know, a nigga think he just gonna test you, then, you know, flex a little bit. Other than that, nah, I don't need to be able to pull a semi truck 20 meters faster than the next man. It's too much. It's too much.
I can see that. I can see that.
And I'm just saying, when you get to that point where, you know, women kind of do, you said we should listen to women, and women often say along them lines, like, you know, you love your niggas, you know, you with your boys, or your boys giving you you know, y'all say little side shit when niggas get to kicking it with their boys too much.
Ooh, I mean, but that's a like everyday scenario, because you have situations where guys, and I've seen it, I've had homeboys who do this, they're always around their boys every single day, and it's like,
and do it. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying about the gym life. I'm not listen, I'll play ball in the morning, I'll even work out and do all of things, but I've never been able to dedicate to being around that much testosterone for long periods of time. I'm cool. You cool? I'm cool. I'm gonna go get some pussy.
Some of them tend to be meat factories, so I get it.
What up, y'all? Hey, if y'all just checking in, I appreciate y'all checking in. Like I say all the time, share this to your page, share this to any groups you're in or whatever. But aside from that, Santana, I don't think I asked you, how was your weekend? Oh, you said you started back streaming. You got the great.
You got the great. I've been hearing things. Look like somebody uncle out here now. I'm an Uncle Mike stage now.
All right. Well, listen, we got a special guest today, man. I'm gonna go ahead and introduce my bro Marcus. A lot of y'all. Man. Hey, so how you doing, Marcus?
What's good, fam? What's good?
Yeah, you know me. I'm all right. We straight. Introduce you to Sable Santana.
Hello.
What's good?
So listen,
what's happening?
I got a bunch of topics written down. We missed a week and everything like that. And the reason we missed a week is because last Sunday just happened to be the NBA Finals.
Yeah, that was that was your favorite day of the week.
Whoa, listen, don't come in here sending shots.
Hey, my bad.
We gonna get to that. You already didn't hit the gas.
Yeah, my bad.
This is why I'm glad you won't hit. You already didn't hit the gas. All right. So we skipped it. Now y'all know. And we back. So a lot of things were not discussed. Marcus, former football star. The man. The myth. Yeah. Hey, y'all, Google. Hit them newspaper articles.
That was what shoot. I saw 20 years ago.
Bro, you still doing it. You still doing it. We had these conversations every day. He gonna try to be humble today. Watch this. My man's is out here taking Mr. Steal Your Girl out here. He's the reason.
Whoa.
Yeah. There's gonna be a lot of shots. I've known him since high school.
We know each other a long time.
You know what I'm saying? I'm 36. So he just happened to be one of the guys, and we're gonna have, y'all gonna see a lot of people tapping. He just happened to be one of the guys that just could not let Bron celebrate in peace.
That's not true.
Oh Lord.
That's a lie.
He tapped me. He said, when y'all had this conversation, you better
please bring me on this show. That's what I told you.
Yes, sir. Anything you want. So we here. All right, man. Let's get into it. Wasn't the first topic, but definitely gonna get into it. Bron, 4 rings, 17 dominant seasons, 4 Finals MVPs. Who is the GOAT?
Are we really going there? Are we going there?
I mean, because
listen, I'm a guest on this show, so I'm gonna let y'all go ahead, and then I'll come in. You know, I'll come in politely here.
Here's the thing. Let me just give my take then, since we already got everybody here. Let me give my take. I've always said now. Oh, look, Sean in here too. Hey, Sean, you's a hater, and you definitely should have been in on this conversation. But let me just give my take before we get into all the rebuttals. To me, I'm 36. I grew up Chicago, Bulls, Jordan. I've even met and played with a lot of the greats out of Chicago, and we have a lot of them, football and basketball. Anybody on that circuit, you're not going to deny, you're not going to miss playing with Tim Hardaway Jr., Jordan, Sean, all of them. They Poe Harris, Will Bynum, you've played with them. That being said, Jordan has always been the GOAT. He's iconic. He's the GOAT. He is by all definitions of the NBA I don't know, version, definition, or whatever. Jordan is the go-to. He is the greatest. LeBron James is the best basketball player y'all have ever fucking seen. Understand what I'm saying? No, he is not Jordan. No, he's not Kobe. Kobe wasn't Jordan, but Kobe was another version of Jordan. Probably a better, more polished version of Jordan. But if you don't have Jordan, you don't have any of them. Jordan is the GOAT. We're not talking rings. We're not talking none of that. Jordan is the GOAT. LeBron James is the best basketball player we have ever seen. All around, stat for stat, position for position, season to season, high school, AAU on. That boy was made to play basketball. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Where is the lie?
Who's going?
You.
Oh, me? Okay.
Wait, hold on. Sable, do you have anything to say on this? Who's your favorite, or who's the best? Who's the GOAT? What's your statue before he goes?
See, this is my thing. Like, I'm a Jordan fan, but I'm also a LeBron fan.
Me too.
I feel like LeBron is the great, and Kobe, of course, but I feel like LeBron, I hate getting into this argument.
Nah. We hear this. We podding today.
LeBron is one of the greatest basketball players. As far as the greatest basketball player of all time, I don't know.
I didn't say he was, listen to what I'm saying. Greatest of all time is Jordan. GOAT. Greatest of all time.
So what are you saying? What are you? I mean, I'm
like,
trying to figure out what you're saying.
Right, I'm saying
you're saying that MJ is the greatest of all time. He's the greatest to ever do it. But now we're saying that if you're the greatest to ever do anything, like if I'm the greatest to ever play a guitar, then you can't say somebody else can play a better guitar than me. Like you can't say that.
No. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to.
I'm trying to hear you out. I'm trying to hear you out.
This is where context matters.
It does. Right. We're gonna get into a lot of that.
So listen. Let's take it to cars, right? And I always use this now. Let's take it to cars. There is a car out there, American or whatever, foreign, or that is the best selling car of all times. It checks all the boxes. It does what you need it to do with no flaws or with limited whatever. It sells the most. It has the airbags. It checks all the boxes. It's gonna last. You're getting more for your money with this car. It is the best car ever made. That does not mean that is the greatest car to ever race NASCAR or the greatest car ever assembled, because there's only one of those. It may be a Bugatti, it may be a Bentley, it may be the one that you want. There is a car out here that is absolutely the greatest car ever built. I don't know what it is, Lamborghini, Ferrari, you name it, you're a car person. It's the greatest car ever built. But the best car, point A to point B, that's a different thing.
Well, you said two different things there. So you said that the best-selling car and the most well-built vehicles, which are two different things. So to follow your analogy, if we go by the over the last 10 or 20 years, the highest selling car as far as quantity cars, Ford F-150. Okay. Now, is anybody going to say that that's the best vehicle ever made or the best truck ever made?
You know what you're trying to do?
Probably not. But
come to Texas and bring a Lamborghini. Ask these guys who's the best car.
So then it's subjective.
Exactly.
That's the best. So when we talk about the best ever, we're not going to say the Ford F-150 is the greatest ever car ever. So just because as quantity, it sold the most. That's not the same thing.
No. Listen, I said it checked all the boxes. It checks all the boxes. It checks all the boxes.
If I need to go to point A to point B very fast, the F-150 doesn't check that.
Right, but I didn't say fast. I said.
But you said it checks all the boxes. So that's
all of the boxes. Means I'm gonna get there fast.
If you get a Raptor F-150, it might get you there pretty quickly.
It might get you there.
That's simple. Now, again, hear what I'm saying.
I'm
as a LeBron fan, I'm very critical. I absolutely hate the way that guy plays. And I hate it because every year, every game, I don't know what I'm getting. I don't know what version of this guy I'm going to get. And I'm a LeBron fan. Jordan, on the other hand, I know what I'm getting from Jordan. Kobe, I know what I'm getting from Kobe. Now, am I sitting back saying, all right, let me give you a better example.
Thank you.
Jordan being the greatest. Here we go. Jordan being the greatest to ever do it. The greatest to ever do it. And we're only going off of what they've done, not what could have done, whatever. Jordan being the greatest to ever do it.
Right.
The greatest dunks ever done, just like one of the greatest dances ever done. Michael Jackson did the moonwalk. Jordan did the free throw line dunk.
Mm-hmm.
Greatest. That shit weak as hell today. Them high school students is doing that. That moonwalk shit, every dancer and Chris Brown getting that shit out of here. Yeah. What I'm saying is, iconically, all-time, trendsetter, transcending, the talent, whatever he's done, you cannot take it away from him. He is the GOAT. He did it. It cannot get better than those moments. You're never going to relive those shots that he hit, the moments, the shit that he done. But that shit today, them high school kids are getting that shit the fuck up out of here.
I don't think so. So the thing is that this, when we talk about Michael Jordan, a lot of people try to do that and try to say, well, athletically, one thing we forget about that is how superior Michael was at the time. Now, not saying that, hey, there was no more Mike Jordans, and that's why he was Michael Air Jordan at the time, because we hadn't seen anybody do that. Not saying that today we don't have many high school kids that can dunk from the free throw line and
all of them
do all these crazy things. So let me give you this. Well, let me give you this while we talk about this. We keep talking about things athletically and act like, okay, if you're far superior athletically, then all of a sudden you can't play. Well, Mike was the greatest athlete of his period of time. I think we can all agree upon that. I mean, you don't get the name Michael Air Jordan without being an athlete. You don't be called Air if you didn't fly at the time. So I think we can agree upon that.
Michael's very athletic. Nobody's taking his athleticism.
No doubt. But when we talk about that,
everything.
Okay, right. So we talk about that. We could talk about all these guys as athletic. All right, Zach LaVine. He's one of the most athletic guys in the league. He sucks. So
all right,
what?
so let's stop.
Okay. Let me give you a guy who's not. Hold on. Let me give you a guy who's not athletic. James Harden, who's not athletic. He leads the league in scoring. Okay, we haven't seen a jump shooter. We haven't seen a jump shooter since Michael Jordan in the mid-range since Michael Jordan. Or I would say this: the closest thing to him has been Kobe Bryant. We got semi-close with Kawhi Leonard, who's not as athletic as Jordan. I said semi. Hold on.
I know you did not just listen.
Hold on. Hold on. I don't think he's close. I don't think he's close to Jordan. But that's what everybody wanted to tell me. Everybody kept telling me Kawhi had the best mid-range since MJ. I said no, he didn't. Kobe did. But I'll let y'all tell me that. But if that's the case, and Kawhi Leonard's a top 5 player, and he's less athletic than Jordan, then how all of a sudden Jordan turns the stone as far as these players? How does that happen?
So let me
explain that to me.
Let me explain.
Okay, I'm listening.
What you just said is exactly what I'm saying. We're not going off anything else. No, woulda, coulda, shouldas. We're not talking about if Kobe would have gotten rings or if he would have done this different or what Kawhi could have done. Or who's the first guy you said that somebody has sucked and somebody got injured. All of these things are negatives against the people in their career, right? So if I sit back and I said Kawhi could have been, but okay, so here's Jordan, here's Kawhi, and every time I say that, but
wait, say it again. Who?
So I'm getting feedback from somewhere. What I'm saying is, if you start with the woulda, coulda, shouldas, right? If Jordan is the standard, the GOAT, and we go with guys that Brandon Roy, all the rest of these guys, whatever era, you start going here, you start saying could have, but, and then start losing that. This is what I'm talking about. You're taking away from what they didn't do, couldn't do, whether career ending or whatever. So I'm doing the same thing. What I'm saying to you is, if this is the cap that Jordan set in his greatest moments, not could have, not athleticism, we've seen all his athleticism. Mm-hmm. If this is his cap, and high school kids are doing his greatest moments leisurely.
They're not. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this: who's averaged 37 since Jordan in the league?
I didn't say nobody
I'm
was.
just asking you a question. Who's averaged 37? I'm trying to go with your analogy. Who's averaged 37 in the league since Jordan?
Jordan.
Nobody. So if that's the cap, what high school kid has reached that cap if no NBA guy?
But you're talking about scoring, because again, if we start talking about
a lot of things,
individual, if we start talking about
things, let me talk about something else.
We're gonna talk about rings. We're gonna talk about scoring. We're gonna he does great. You know he does great.
Who's been a 9-time first team all defensive player since Jordan? There's been one. Go ahead and name it. There's been one.
Listen, if we start
I'm just asking you if that's the cap, and you keep telling me all these.
No, Mark. Let's. Who has went undefeated since Floyd Mayweather Jr.?
Listen,
that dude is better than Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson.
You keep telling me that this is the cap and people keep reaching it, but then I keep telling you they're not. So where is the cap? You're trying to tell me that because kids can jump from the free throw line? I'm saying now he's not great. Is that your point?
No. I said he was the GOAT. I said he was iconic. I said there's nobody passing him, and I said to say what he's done. You can't give him any more than what he's done. You can't go off of if he was in this era. None of you can't.
No, you can, and we're not.
If he is still the GOAT, if he is still the GOAT, and I'm saying out of my mouth, he is the GOAT.
Okay.
Iconic, classic moments, relive what he's done, all of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I sit back and I tell you flat out what he's done. If we're giving him credit for what he's done, you have to do the same around the board for the guys that failed, the guys that succeeded. You have never seen 17 NBA years of dominance ever. And he's still going.
Okay.
You've never seen a guy, you want to throw stuff out there. You've never seen a guy that can play 1 through 5 and be straight. You've never seen a guy that can go to any team, any coast, and do the things that he's done. Y'all want to sit back and throw players at him and whatever. It's different times. I'm dealing with what is. So what I'm saying is there's a GOAT and there's a best all-around player ever. There is a such thing. He is the best basketball player you have ever seen. A lot of people say the best dunker ever was Earl the GOAT, man the GOAT. And it's just folklore.
Right.
And then you can go and you can be subjective and you can talk about Dominique and everybody else and you can do all of these things. But Jordan is going to be the best dunker of all times. For what reason?
I didn't say that. We're not talking about the best dunker of all time.
I'm giving people's biases. When people get talking Robert Horry rings, Bill Russell rings and all the rest of that, or Jordan scoring and the rest of that, that's great if those are the things that you want to argue. I'm arguing when LeBron is done, he will be top 3 or whatever in every category.
Yeah,
so you can't tell me.
What are you trying to say though? I mean, you can't ride the fence. Like either he's the GOAT or he's not. Like I can't be playing this. He's the best all-around guy. He's the best assist and rebounder guy at 6'9", but he can't shoot guy. I mean, which one is he? I mean, you know what? Is he the GOAT or is he not the GOAT?
You have ever seen.
So then he's the GOAT then is what you're saying.
The NBA GOAT? No. He's the best basketball player you've ever seen.
No, he's not like if you're the best basketball player I've ever seen, you're the GOAT. Like the best basketball player I've ever seen is Michael Jordan. That's the best I've ever seen.
The greatest games that I have ever seen were produced by Michael fucking Jordan.
Like he's the best basketball player I've ever seen. Like I've never seen anybody like that. And it doesn't. The funny thing is like the LeBron people, the LeBron guys try to listen. The LeBron guys try to disconnect, or they try to say, like, here you go. As far as games, the stakes matter, bro. The stakes matter, man.
And like, this is why
like, when you're the greatest to do ever. When you like, listen, you're not the greatest because I'll give you the guitar. Listen, if I hit a solo down the street at the local bar, it was great. They saw it. But when I'm up in front of 30,000, 100,000 come to see me and I rip it,
so watch.
Different ball game.
So listen to what I'm saying.
Okay.
If the game of basketball is a team sport and that man plays a team sport better than anybody has ever played a team sport, and he makes the right NBA play, the right NBA play, not the selfish play, not the play that's going to get him cheers, not the play that's going to get him, if he makes the right NBA play as opposed to taking that shot and whatever else, that still is proving my point. I'm
Let
not
me ask you this. I'm glad you brought that up.
I'm not saying Kyrie's crossover.
Let me ask you this, because I hear you guys say that, and it you know, it makes me laugh every time I hear that. If this man was undefeated in finals, never went to an elimination game, and his players never got. But see, LeBron guys always say, you know what? He makes his teammates better. Always makes the right play. Well, when Mike passed the ball to John Paxson, it was the right play. When he passed it to Steve Kerr, it was the right play. When he took the shot, it was the right play. I would argue this as a superstar. If you take the last shot or you're the best player on the team, that's never the wrong play. But if you feel like there's a better play, then go right ahead. Like for me, I'm not kicking the ball to Kyle Korver because he never made a big shot in his life. I know that. I'm not doing that. I don't care if he's wide open or not. But it's neither here nor there. But if Mike went 6-0 with no elimination games in finals, 0 blemishes, when the stakes are the highest, how does he not make the right basketball play? How do you get that far and be that great and nobody did it without making the right basketball play? That's what I want to ask y'all, because everybody wants to say LeBron makes the right basketball.
Here we go.
How does this guy get to where he gets to? Undefeated in finals, 0 elimination games, 0. Not one time was he on the brink of elimination without making the right basketball play.
Michael Jordan is the greatest to ever.
Oh my God.
All right.
Am I misunderstanding him? Am I lost? Am I misunderstanding?
Not arguing that.
No.
Not arguing. All right. Listen to what I'm saying. Floyd Mayweather is the best boxer we have ever seen. Defensively, you're not touching him. His stat record and everything is perfect. Clearly, the boy is the best boxer we've ever seen. He is not the greatest boxer of all time, and I know you know what I'm saying. Floyd Mayweather.
I agree with you on that. Before that, Mike. You don't agree with? No, I agree with you. I agree with you on the Floyd analogy.
Come on, bro.
I agree with you on the Floyd analogy. But this is the thing that this is why. Here's the difference. When you talk about Floyd Mayweather, here's the caveat that you put in there. Whenever we talk about Floyd Mayweather, what do we say? He's the greatest defensive boxer we've ever seen, but he's not the greatest boxer we've ever seen. When we talk about Michael Jordan, we don't say that. We don't say, "Oh, he's the greatest offensive player," but he didn't do this. Oh, he's the greatest. No, he's the greatest player. He's the greatest player because unlike Floyd Mayweather, he was the guy that could jump the highest. He was the guy that was the most athletic. He was the guy who was the best defensive guard in the league. He was the best scorer in the league. So he had all the. We don't get in here and we don't caveat it by saying, "Oh, he was the best," but no, he also did this.
Okay.
There is no and buts with Mike.
Okay.
There is no.
With that being said, out of your own mouth, you say he was the best player in the league, and this is gonna shoot my whole 17 years of dominance thing. But let's be honest.
I agree with you in 17 years. If we want to talk about longevity.
Okay, listen, so if he's the best in the league, Charles Barkley didn't get an MVP.
Did Charles Barkley get a championship?
There you go with the rings again.
What? No, it's important. No, it's not. It's important. This is why that's important. Because the reason why Charles does not have a ring the year he got the MVP is because of who?
Right.
Right.
I understand all of that. What I'm saying to you is, by your definition.
While we're talking about MVPs, while we're on the subject, who has the most MVPs of all time? Since we're on the subject,
the greatest of all time.
Exactly. So again, you're proving my point. You're proving up. Now the NBA knows this. You're gonna get the MVP Mike every year. You're not gonna do that.
Listen, what you're doing is what the internet does. Until somebody shoots somebody over LeBron James' shoes, he's not the greatest.
I didn't say that. I will never say that.
What goes on until he gets this many. Listen, man. Here's the thing. I absolutely agree with you. I grew up on Mike. I remember those.
You ain't coming back to the shot after this season.
I remember them.
Hey, you have to stay in Texas after this. I'm gonna let you know that.
I even missed the way they played the NBA back then. I am telling you, the way the NBA is played now, and the thing that what we're arguing about is, if I'm LeBron James, you only got to tell me one time. You only have to show me one time in my career that it all falls on me and nobody else. The first time they said LeBron James lost, they didn't mention all of Ilgauskas and the rest of them, and that was all I needed to see. Guess what? I'm shooting that bitch. That's me. And on the defensive end, I say the same thing about the Steph Currys and LeBrons and the rest of them. I'm going to sit back and I'm going to tell you, there is no way in hell Steph Curry is shimmying and shooting that bitch on me in this era or any other era. Guess what? You got one time to shimmy on me and walk away before that ball drop, and I'm punching in your shit. You're not getting that off on me. It's going to be a tough time. I'm on your ass. You are not getting that off on me. You only got one time to fuck with me on them levels. And I'm either getting ejected or your ass is injured. Now, as far as all that goes, what I'm saying to you is still true. 17 years. 17 years of the same step back. 17 years of the same hard drive. 17 years of that same pass at the buzzer. And that boy's still going to get to the finals.
This is what I tell you. If you want to talk about longevity, there's no doubt. Nobody has done what LeBron's done in this league for 17 years.
He's the best.
Like there's no doubt. There's no question. There's no debate. There's no nothing on that. If you want to get into a debate on longevity, if you want to sit there and say, and he's going to be great for the next 3 to 5 years, because A, he won genetically, and B, he just takes care of himself. And you know, his overall skill level for his size, I will say this. T.I. brought up a good point the other day. He said LeBron James does more things better than anybody in the history of the NBA. And I agree on that. But he also says what players do things better than him. So as a total package, there's been nobody at that size, that speed, that height, weight that can do what he can do. There's been nobody like that from that level.
What I'm saying.
But if we're talking about,
I'm gonna break this bitch.
If we're talking about again, if that's what you want to say, if you just want to say that and leave it there, there's been nobody who can do as many things as he can. I'm with you on that. I'm cool on that. But but he the best basketball player I've ever seen? No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not.
There's nobody that can do. Fam, if you say out of your, I got the sound bite.
I know what I said. I just said it. I know what I said.
All right. So we saying the same thing. There's nobody that can do. I started off saying this. Look, Jordan is still the GOAT, bro. He's the GOAT. Them games, you turn them games on, it's hard. Listen, the closest thing to it, obviously, clearly, is Kobe. The way they played, the way they game. And then if you ask me today, the only person that I think that I'm even remotely in love with their style of play is Russell Westbrook, because he don't give a fuck.
I hear you. I think that all of us from that era, Russell Westbrook is our guy. Even though he makes terrible decisions, he can't shoot, but I don't care. You know what? He'll play hard every night.
So and I'm glad my sister said this, right? History is going to make, and I wrote this in the rap, so y'all gonna hear me get corny real quick. GSW, Golden State Warriors. GSW also stands for gunshot wound. That shooter, Steph Curry, changed the fucking game. He's going down in history. But we remember them Reggie moments. We remember Ray Allen and the rest of them. We remember what's his Mullins and all. We remember the shooters. But Steph Curry is gonna go down in a whole different way of redefining the game. He's gonna be the best shooter of all time. I don't know who you want to put your greatest of all time as far as shooting goes, but we had some shooters in our era. We had them.
Right.
But Steph Curry is an alien. And shit, if you really want to keep it a buck, that dominance that Golden State Warriors had for the years they had and the scariness that's going to come back with them niggas being reassembled like the fucking Avengers this year, them niggas is tough. It's hard pressed to, I mean, shit, let's keep it a buck. One of the greatest teams of all times by all definition and every way you want to spin it is the Golden State Warriors. But we know the greatest team of all time is the Bulls.
Right, because you got to finish. The Warriors didn't finish. And that's why they're not the greatest team of all time. And that's as simple as that. And you're right with Steph Curry. I mean, he's going to go down as one of the, if not the greatest, because he changed not only the three-point shot, but the depth and where you took the three-point shot and where people were pulling up from. So, and with the league being more wide open, he was able to do that. I think that when we talk about guys like the Ray Allens and the Reggie Millers, the league just wasn't as wide open. So unless you were just a dead shot shooter like that, you weren't shooting those. And the game was still running through big men at that point in time. You know, Mike was the first one to kind of say, hey, we can win through a guard. But typically still running through some of the big men. It wasn't a swingman and guards league at that point in
your
time.
Coach told you grew up playing the game knowing that a 3-point shot is like damn near last resort. We're doing everything else.
It's a low percentage shot. It's a low percentage shot. But now
you can't go to the YMCA or street ball game without them yanking that bitch up every chance they get.
But that's the same reason why the Houston Rockets can't get past the second round. Because at the end of the day, that doesn't work. You still got to shoot twos. You can't live and die in the first round.
All right. Well, listen, I'm not going. We already all, and I know we didn't.
I thought you had some more juice for me, man. I thought you had some more juice for me on this LeBron thing, Joe.
We can keep going.
Hey, no, let's get on something. I know everybody else want to talk about LeBron.
I'm gonna tell you what I did, man. So one of my brothers is Romeo Travis, Ron's 5'5" brother and shit. I had him on standby. He's watching the Packers right now. I had him on standby just for this conversation, man, because I wanted to see you and him. And I still may make this happen. But he said, hey man, Aaron Rodgers is playing right now. I'm gonna see what I could do. But we got right to the shits. But I'm not gonna harbor, keep beating this shit. We didn't muted Sable and Santana about this, but they looking at us awkwardly like a little fat kid.
It's like your parents arguing right now. You don't really know what to say. I mean, you don't know whose side to take. You just gonna fall back.
Nigga called me a typical dark skinned nigga in the comments, bro. I don't appreciate that, bro. But aside from that, man, we're gonna keep it on sports because I had some sports shit on here. I just about like first injuries and NBA history and stuff like that. Genie Bus praise. You got anything? Anybody got anything to say about the Genie Bus? Praise.
I mean, just congratulations, man. You know what I'm saying? Listen, the Bus family has been running that Lakers organization 17 championships with your man, LeBron. And look, hey, more props to Jeannie because it wasn't looking so good 2 or 3 years ago. And she stayed the course and she even thought about trading LeBron, but they stayed the course and, they're 17-time champs. So shout out to Jeannie, man.
All right. Who you got for next year?
I don't know, man. Like, I got to see how the Lakers come back. I need to see, they got some free agents they need to re-sign. Obviously, AD will re-sign. I think Rondo's a key re-signing because what he does for you guys is basically
I'm not a Lakers.
You're a LeBron guy, though. You're a LeBron guy.
I always have to keep the buck on here because I got receipts and people to bring them up on me. When he went to the Lakers,
you travel with Bron, right? You travel with Bron.
When he went to the Lakers, I was not happy.
Right. Okay.
So I was legitimately like the only thing that made me happy is the realization that a lot of people that rooted against him would have to someday, because we know how this goes.
Yeah, okay, real quick, LeBron guy.
If he goes to the Bulls, you know what it is.
Let me ask you a question real quick.
Go ahead.
Okay, I call y'all the LeBronies. So let me ask y'all LeBronies a question, Joe. Listen, why is it that if I say that Mike is better than LeBron, if I say that Kobe is better than LeBron,
you won't get
I still can say LeBron is dope, and I still say LeBron's a great of all time. Y'all can't accept that. Like if we say anything against LeBron,
all right, well you're gonna have a bad argument.
I'm not even against LeBron, but just say another player is better than LeBron, then we hating all of a sudden.
Listen, you're gonna. That's not a good argument for me because I'm one of them guys that tweets all. I'm very critical of that guy's game. Like I said, I stay on record, man. I said to his face, like, you only have one time to show me that it's me versus everybody else. And I'm no longer passing that bitch or playing the game that way. And to his credit, that's probably why he has longevity. But I got guys in the army and stuff that knew me, man. I broke my ankle because I knew this nigga didn't have shit on me. Nothing on me. I dunked on him just to dunk on him, came down on his ankle. And looking back, it's like fighting somebody that you're gonna be there. It's like you get no gratification out of that. He won that. Even though I got the little highlight, I came down on his ankle and snapped it. I feel like at 6'8" and whatever he weighs in his game, a lot of us expect him to transcend into this killer that we think he should be using his size and stuff. And like I say, I hate knowing that I don't know what I'm getting game to game. I don't know who you're bringing out. I don't know your style. He likes to his MO is to get, mean, mug, and cocky when shit is going his way, and then he's real quiet when it's not.
The thing is the manufacturer hate though. The manufacturer of so many people hating on LeBron when it's really not about hate.
But Les, it is. They're basketball enthusiasts. Let's keep it a buck. You might be a basketball enthusiast. You may actually have an argument or some facts. You're older than me, so you got actual history of the game. You're an actual athlete. You actually follow it. That's different than these passive, I'm Golden State, I'm Lakers, KD fans and whatever else because it's cool, Steph Curry, and they don't remember the Golden State Warriors with Baron Davis and all the rest. Like, we're not like, the game is the game. When you're talking to me, you're talking to somebody that can have a subjective conversation. I'm gonna keep it a bean with you. Like, Jordan is what Jordan does, and what he's done is it's Michael fucking Jackson of the NBA. It's Mike Tyson of boxing. You've never seen a big nigga do the things that Mike Tyson was able to do with the quickness and the rest of that and the knockout power. And it sucks when you fast forward and you say, shit, them times are gone. I'm never going to get it back. I remember that. Y'all missed it, and shit is changed. It's soft now. It's different. Y'all don't understand that feeling. Y'all don't understand that atmosphere. But it's no different than music. Because again, Michael Jackson setting that off with the crowd that he did when he did it and doing the things that he did was ridiculous. You can't get them moments back. Now you turn on Instagram, everybody's doing it. Chris Brown didn't backflip 3 times before you didn't switch to the next fucking post. That's just how it goes. Like, we're in a different time. We're in a different era and shit. And people collect data and they're not actually looking at the history and everything else. And suddenly LeBron is better than Jordan, or they forgot about Kobe, or, you know, shit like that. Like, it just is what it is. And sadly, a lot of people, truth be told, Kobe included, they're not going to give LeBron his props or his flowers until he's done playing or dead and gone. That's just the game. That's just how people operate.
When LeBron's all said and done, man, when it's all said and done, he's going to have every record that there is. And I've accepted this as a Jordan guy. You know, no, I've accepted that. I've accepted that, you know, when we get older, 20 years from now, you know, these kids are going to see LeBron. They're going to see, that's going to be a last dance LeBron. And, you know, we're not going to be able to say anything because when it's said and done is that LeBron's going to play 20 years and he's going to have damn near 20 years of dominance in every stat to back it up. And I've accepted that. What are we going to say now? So I would say, listen, we need to enjoy it now while we have an argument and while there's still people alive that saw Jordan play, because when we all gone, or
can
when
we agree that Jordan petty? Can we agree that Jordan be hating a little bit too?
What's that?
Can we agree that Jordan be petty and be hating a little bit on Bron too?
Yeah, for sure. I will say this, man. I will say that about that whole situation. I think that I wish that Jordan accepted LeBron a little bit more, because obviously that's important to him. And, you know, he brought it up again about why he wears 23, and he brought it up again about how he looked up to Mike. And the simple fact that relationship never developed the way that LeBron thought it would. LeBron feels like some kind of way about it, but I think that Mike's personality and why him and Kobe were close is because they're the same. And they were very similar as far as mentality was concerned. LeBron isn't like them. So from a standpoint, you know, Mike, if you know anybody who's close to Mike,
okay, but
Mike is a very petty dude, man.
Super petty.
Very petty dude. Get mad at everything.
Super petty. I went around Mike wearing some LeBrons one time, and
yeah. So
he had a lot to say. Everybody walked away with shoes, but me.
Anybody who's been around Mike or knows Mike a little bit knows how he is. So I do think that relationship should have been better. And I do think Mike as an ambassador and as being the greatest of all time in the NBA or whatever you want to call him, 1, 2, I don't care, but we know what he is. Okay. He's an iconic figure, the most iconic figure in the history of the NBA. I think we can all agree upon that. I think that LeBron being what he is today, that he should embrace LeBron a little bit more and develop that relationship, because I believe that's important for LeBron. But, you know, it is what it is. But listen,
every time Bron does something, Jordan go dropping documentaries,
you know,
releasing shit in movie theaters and dropping another shoe.
That story is, man,
dropping a commercial, dropping an ad. Jordan petty.
You can't get away from Jordan because he's still. The problem with Nike right now is that they still got Jordan on the payroll. Like, they can't sell LeBrons because of Jordan. Like, they can't sell KDs and Kyries because of Jordan. Like, they're their own worst enemy. So until that is gone, Jordan's going to have it on lockdown. But look, man, 20 years, LeBron's going to be in the game 20 plus years. He's going to be top 3 in everything, if not 1. I mean, rebounds, assists, points. I mean, it's not going to be much of an argument, and that's why I'll go ahead and debate it now while the people who still saw Jordan are living. But once they gone, man, it's over. Like LeBron's going to be, what we going to say? I mean, what we going to say? Because these kids, they're not going to be able to see Mike like that. What's that?
I will admit that Michael Davis said LeBron gets his flowers on ESPN every day. I will agree with that.
You know, Fox, I mean, listen.
Oh my God,
listen, man. He might be on LeBron's payroll, bro. Like, I mean, him and Nick Wright. I don't even want to get into them cats, man. But he might.
I knew it was that way when LeBron went to Miami and ESPN hit a whole section called like Heat Watch or Heat Wave or something like that. Yeah. I was like, oh, we really doing this. I had never seen anything like that. But listen, in comparison, it's different times. Like I said, it's different times. I'm not gonna spend 45 minutes in on them or whatever, and we could go all day. But I want to ask before you go as a pro football player and everything, training and all that. Dak Prescott, man, how you feel about that?
I mean, the situation with Dak is that he took a chance and he took a L. It's unfortunate to see a player of that caliber, any player, have that type of an injury, especially when you hear about bone coming through skin and having those type of compound fractures. So it's unfortunate to see anybody go down. Dak's situation is tough because he decided to bet on himself, and he's a guy who's never been injured. And he got injured when he decided to bet on himself. But
terrible injury.
I will say this when players are looking to renegotiate their contract, and I always say this, I couldn't be a GM in the NFL right now because what happens is that players, when they're next up, they want to be the highest paid player when they're next up. And that's just not how it works for me. I look at it like, if you're next up, are you the best up? If you're the best up, then I'm going to give you next up money. If
we know how you think. You ain't paying LeBron.
I mean, if you're not
that money.
Listen, I'm not paying you that. So if you think you're getting Patrick Mahomes money, it ain't happening. You're not better than Sean Watson. And another thing with Dak's contract is this. If I want to pay you $40 million, then I don't have to overpay Zeke and bring him out of Cancun. I don't have to overpay Amari Cooper. I don't have to draft another receiver in the first round. These are things that we have to do because we think you're a little bit limited in what you do. Now, if you want me to pay you $40 a year, then you can come to me and tell me I can't give up a first rounder for Amari and then pay him $20 million when he's not a top 10 receiver in this league.
He's gonna be able to come back.
I think so. I mean, with technology, man, and how things are these days, with just with sports medicine and how it works these days, I think he'll be fine, man. It's the issue is his contract coming up. There's two things he needs to worry about. One is Andy Dalton. If Andy Dalton balls, which Andy Dalton has, he can. He's not a huge drop off from Dak. But if they make the playoffs and they finish, 9-7, 10-6, and win a game, that's a problem. Because not that they don't want Dak as their franchise, but now the money comes back down. Now, if they fall off, then now the money that Dak wanted now is going to go back up. They'll probably end up franchising him next year for $38 million and then renegotiating again in his free agency. But his first issue is A, Andy Dalton, and then B, his health. Obviously, if he comes back healthy or not. But I think he'll be fine. But obviously, it's unfortunate when you bet on yourself. But look, Kirk Cousins did it. He's one of the highest paid players in sports right now. And unfortunately for Dak, it didn't work out that way because
I think they're going to Isaiah Thomas. I think they're going to Isaiah Thomas Dak, man. That's just my personal feeling.
You think so? Man.
I feel like he's going to get. I feel like he's going to get the same treatment Isaiah Thomas got, where as the injuries there, yeah, we know what you did, and we probably should have paid you a re-up or whatever. And the next thing you know, you getting bounced around the league.
But see, this is the thing, and I want people to understand this, that with Dak is that they offered him a deal, and they offered him a deal that was fair market value. They didn't offer him over market value, and he wanted over market value. So we got to understand this is that Dak decided not to take the deal. It wasn't that there wasn't a deal on the table. There was a deal that paid him market value. He decided that he wanted to get paid over market value, and then he took the guaranteed $31 million. When you do that, and that happens, and you bet on yourself, these things can happen. But we can't act like the money wasn't there for him. I mean, it was anywhere between, the numbers are $80 to $110 million guaranteed that he was rumored to get, somewhere around that Carson Wentz deal, that Jared Goff deal, which is what he is. That's exactly what he is. But he didn't want that. He wanted to project the cap and get more money down the road. not understanding that it doesn't matter if you sign a 4-year deal or 5-year deal, because if you're a franchise quarterback, they're going to re-up you before the deal's up anyway. So it doesn't matter. But he didn't take the deal on the table. He bet on himself, and now he's got he better hope that Jerry Jones is, as my friend, my boy told me today, that he's merciful when it comes down to this negotiation next year.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm gonna switch gears real hard on this subject. I posted this post. It really had nothing to do with Mahomes, but it was about his engagement and everything. You know, me and you, we talk all the time about certain shit. So this had to be an interesting conversation. And I'm gonna revisit it. But we missed last week. This is completely left field. Just understand, this is not even on sports anymore, but kinda, but not really. So there's a video going around, black guy talking to this white woman, and she tells him flat out that dating black men is not the trophy.
Look at Cynthia.
we are looked down upon within our community and everything else. Dating black men, we're looked at as if we couldn't be accepted by white men and so on and so forth. And the black guy goes, I disagree. And she's like, yeah, you can disagree, but I'm telling you, dating black men is degrading to white women. It's so many ways to go into this. But yeah, how you feel about that, Tanner?
He been like, I'm waiting all week for this.
Yeah, because I'm gonna start sounding crazy on here, yo. People gonna look at me different.
She was blunt. She said she looked him dead and she didn't blink. She said, yeah, look, nah, dating black men to white women is a downgrade.
I don't know. I just personally feel like it ain't degrading to white women. It's more degrading to the white dudes they're around.
That's interesting.
You feel me? I don't think it's degrading. I think it's like they letting
But listen, how you?
I agree with that. I don't think it's degrading to the actual white woman that's dating a black man. I do think it's degrading to like white men or to white families and white communities. I think they look down upon it. I don't think that, because this is the thing, white women, they wouldn't date white men. Black men for if we were degrading to them, but their community looks at us a certain way. So in that sense, I can see how we're degrading to their community and to their family and to their parents, but not to the white woman. Nah.
Mm-mm.
Now, wasn't it devaluing? I don't think it was degrading. I think it was the value.
It's the same thing, because listen,
it is the same. It is the same thing, but it's
context. It's almost like it's degrading to the white man. And so it's looked at the way I took it, and I mean I understood it, but the way I took it was like, the fuck you mean that nigga? You know what I mean, I don't give a fuck about like what is devalued or degrading exactly.
To white men, any white woman who dates any minority, but especially blacks, you're basically, your value is here. Now you're here.
All right, listen, I'm not gonna get into specifics because I'm gonna come off like a whole racist out here. But Mike said, unless he in the NBA and got that money. So listen, this is what I get into, and we know that, right? So I feel like she, in the context of what she was saying, was trying to look at him like, nah, y'all not it. And I was kind of laughing because I know a lot of white women tend to look at black, successful, strong, swagged out, handsome black men as a trophy, whether it be possessive or otherwise. I got them. And it can be switched the same way. There's a lot of black men that look at white women, certain white women of certain stature or look a certain way as, I bagged her. Look at me. But the way they said it, even in, and I'm keeping it being like, even the way that was just said by Santana was kind of like, oh, I think it's degrading to the white man. But fuck them white dudes, man. What you mean? You ain't better than me. You ain't better than me. You might have been grown into some money, born into some money or something, but I'm on your ass. And I got your bitch. I got your sister. I might even have your moms. I know some cougars out there. You know what I'm saying? Might even have your moms. But it's definitely, I don't like the way she said it. Is definitely a
Think
conversation.
about what you just said. Think about what you just said, and I'm gonna reverse the ideology here. When you talk about bagging a white woman or getting her moms or getting them like, looking, I got your prize, and exactly what was just mentioned. They see white women as here, so when we grab them, okay, that's an issue for them. And since we know that they see white women as here, we snatching their prize, and that's why you said that. And we're getting the value to them, not to the woman, because we snatched their prize. And you, like you said, we know that you're not better than us. You ain't better than me. Just your skin don't make you better than me. But we understand that that's your prize.
Well, see, listen, I say that in the context that I've always said. I'm always on record saying that I feel like a man's woman is his pride, regardless. I feel like let's keep it a buck. Your car might be better than mine. You might have more money than me. You might be a little more handsome. You might be a little taller. There's a lot of things that go into manhood. And let's keep it a buck. Like, we don't do shit for other men, not straight men. Straight men, there's nothing I'm doing for another guy. But I will feed off of the energy that I know as a hunter, as a fisherman, or whatever you want to call it. If I'm out for it and I'm a predator and I'm going out for some shit and I see this works for that, I'm trying to do that too. So the money, the cars, the looks, the shape, and the rest of that, that's all the bait and everything that goes to. Other than that, I'm not. If I knew I could grab the chick that I wanted and keep her without having to, like her eyes looking over here or she talking to me like, oh, you ain't shit, nigga, and I ain't eating no more fucking noodles. You better get out here and get it. This guy on Instagram just showed this, and he took this girl here, bought a Lamborghini. If it wasn't for all of that, I'm sitting here scratching my balls. Get rid of all that. I'm not doing shit. I got you, you mine. But I feel like that wasn't exclusive to just white women and white men. I feel like even on the black level, Mexican or whatever, whatever race, if I get your girl, I got your girl. If you get mine, you got mine. Yeah. I just like, as a man, I think that's why I started to, and listen, I'm well aware of all of the stigmas and stuff out there. I know, I ain't stupid. I know how it looks. It sucks, but I just thought the conversation was a little bit like, because I've never heard it. In 36 years, I've never heard it be stated that way.
Okay, let me ask you something though. If you date a white chick, how do you feel when you go meet her parents? What is your mindset going into that?
Listen,
awkward.
Let me.
I've been there. It's awkward. I've been there. It's awkward.
Why is that?
Listen, let me stop that. Let me give you an example, Marcus. You know a black girl that I dated in high school. Her parents had money. I was from the projects. We didn't work for a lot of those reasons. I don't think, and I get it. You're absolutely right. But I'm the same way with white people in general. You just don't know what you're getting with white people. That's just a fact. If some white person said some shit to me like, oh, hey, hey, brother, or something, I'm already like, oh yeah, this not gonna work.
But you got to look at it from a broader lens, like not just the one that you're carrying. So not basically what you thinking, is just that when you date that white chick and you go to meet her parents, you don't know what you're getting, but there is a certain level or certain way that we think walking into that home and how they're going to view us and how they're going to talk about us and what they're saying about us behind our back, what they telling their wife, what they saying to their daughter. All these things are taking place. So I think when we go back to the original comment of what's going on, like, I agree. I don't think we're devaluing the white girl or the white woman that's trying to date. But we know, just going into the anxiety or whatever we feel in meeting the parents, that is a possibility that they're being devalued because of that. Because else we wouldn't feel that way. Else we wouldn't feel awkward. Else we wouldn't feel like, man, how is this going to go? Oh, man, how they going to think of me? Oh, man, I got to put on this. I got to act like I'm this or put on a little bit of a front here and there because of the devaluing they do have of us. Okay. And then we got to feel like, okay, hey, well, for instance, oh, now you got a nice car. So now you pull up in a nice car. So now your value is going up. Oh, you got a nice job. Now your value is going up. These are things that walk into the house.
Sometimes, depending on how you introduce yourself with that job, like, oh, if you come in talking about Mark is the pro ball player now,
All those things change. You know what I'm saying? So the value's starting to come back up.
Absolutely.
But it comes back to the original comment, is that right? We believe those parents are still devaluing us from the beginning because we're black, and that's it. So we need all these other props to value us back up, to move back up the ladder. So again, the woman is not devalued because they're not going to date anybody that's devaluing them, like from their standpoint. Like women, I don't think I'm not a woman. You don't say, but you can answer this. I don't think that women are going to date people.
I'm gonna let her go. But while I got you on here, because me and Santana already had this conversation, given that same criteria with all that value going up, do you feel the same way with black women?
As far as
your value as a black man.
Am I devalue dating, or do black women devalue me, or feel like if they date me,
just when you go into a situation with a black woman, when you get to introduce the way you pull up in your car?
No, because we all black though, but we all black, so it's different.
You never felt that with black women?
As for nah.
Interesting.
Nah.
I have. I feel like a lot of black women tend to go the same criteria, depending on how you are introduced and your status and the things that you have going for you. A lot of the times you walk into a lot of them black situations with them black girls.
I mean, that's just men in general. That's just men in general. Like if you think about,
I was just gonna say that's different. That's based on men. That's not based on a black woman looking at a black man. The white woman is doing that based on you being black. The black woman's doing that just on you being a man, because she don't give you that strength, whether you white, Mexican, whatever. You're gonna get the same standards you need to meet.
Yeah, just not without the what I'm saying is like the white family. You thinking like, shit, are they gonna hang me out back? You know, they're gonna grab some tea
because you're black.
Right. And then with the black girl, it's kind of like shit. Like, damn, she finna roast me on Twitter tonight.
Like, look,
she got to send her cousins over here to rob me, my nigga. Did she call when I pull up?
Because you broke. You know what I'm saying? That's different than being devalued because you black. Okay, that's a whole different thing.
I know.
Right.
Being devalued because you ain't got no money, your car barely put gas in your car, can't afford to pay. That's one thing. But being devalued because you black. That's a whole
hot dogs. No relish. Yeah, no, like I said, we had the conversation already, which is, interesting because I know, like I said, I've known you forever and I know your stature and shit like that. But it's like that same pressure. I said that with black men going out into the world, I don't think I've ever felt at ease in any situation that I was in. It's like I always know that there's another level that I got to get to. It's always something I got to go out from the time I wake up. I got to wonder if walking through my neighborhood, checking my mail, are they going to call the cops? Do they think I not live here? To going to the store? Is he a ball player? Is he not? He got a hoodie on today. He's a thug. Why is he in this neighborhood? To getting home and feeling like, yo, you just gotta make this and you got to do that and you ain't this. And it's like, I feel like that pressure just never subsides. Like I just don't.
But that pressure is always going to be there as a black man in America. But I think that it's different when we talk about, I shouldn't say it's different, but when we talk about the subject of devaluing black men by dating white women, or who's devalued in that sense in their community, again, our plight as black men or black women are always going to be what it's going to be in America. That's not going to change. Okay. And a lot of that is done because we're black, but it's the same issue that we run into when we run into dating, when we're dating interracially, especially when it comes to white women. Because since America has put this on us and put this stigma and this stereotype on us by being black, so have their parents, okay? And so have their community. So that community devalues us because America has devalued us. So the same reason why when we talk about dating a black woman, my black women haven't devalued me because of that stigma and that stereotype, because she is black just like I am and goes through the same things as a black woman that I do as a black man. But if I date interracially, that community has devalued me based on a stereotype and stigma that America has put on me. So because of that, I can see where she comes from and saying that, yes, from that community, I believe that. I believe that community and that family, because we've all dealt with it if we've dated interracially, especially if she was white. Okay, we've been through that and we understand that. But if we date within race, it's not the same devaluing. We just gonna get, we getting judged on basically who we are as a man. All right, not who we are because of the color of our skin, which is going to be a whole. So I get it. But I don't think white women devalue us, because if they devalue us, then they wouldn't be. I don't want to say white women are chasing black men, but
to.
I don't know. I can't put this politically correct, but I would just say that they wouldn't be as interested in black men if they devalue them. I'll say that.
Just to generalize, Sable, close your ears. I think just to generalize, let's keep it a bean here. Women tend to like black, white, or whatever. I don't know. Women these days are fishing. They're doing the best fishing of anybody out there, using pictures, using Instagram. I don't think they have the same. I think that pressure that we have as men to provide, do certain things, and hold up certain standards. The whole time we're doing that, these women are fishing. These pictures are like lures. They throw them out there. They see what they can catch, black, white, or whatever, different kind, baller, different categories, and they just kind of weed through, throw some back, look at them. I don't know, like they game fishing out here, and it's just so crazy because you can't really say shit. You can't really say shit because then you toxic, and all kind of other things. You know what I mean? But I guess we kind of do the same thing with our cars and shit like that, or money or whatever. But yeah, I just never can take certain women seriously when I see venting and all the little comments, men ain't shit, or men need to do this, and men don't believe in this, when you've been fishing for 10 years on Facebook and Instagram. Like, put your titties away. Put them shits away. Get a job. You could have had that bag by now, shorty, if you just, put your ass away. We seen that pose. But listen, I'm just saying, I know
they be sponsoring those posts. You seen that on your timeline yet on IG?
I used to. I seen it when it first started. I seen people trying to I seen a lot of shit. Like Instagram used to do this thing where the sponsored ads would pop up and you like, I don't know this motherfucker. And then sometimes I had to go and look and I'm like, who the fuck is this I'm following? And I really was following somebody I never fucking followed.
Right. Now you looking crazy. Cause you're like, I ain't hit the follow button. I don't know this person.
Instagram is funny, man, but to each his own. I just feel like the fishing thing. I just feel like the fishing thing to me, man, with women and just how you said, like, I've never heard that it's degrading shit until Shorty said it. I just always kind of looked at white women that fucked with black dudes as they wanted, you know what I mean? Yeah.
I still believe that though. I still believe I still feel like the woman who's dating a black dude is not devaluing her in her eyes. In her eyes. I think it comes from her community. But maybe, listen, I'm not a white woman, so I can't speak on that. But just give me my opinion. Because we on a podcast, there we go. That's what we're here for. So,
white woman.
Oh my god!
No. Listen, this is supposed to be a white claw. My bad. They're not gonna come.
But I don't see that. But look though, the whole physical thing though, that's a whole different. But like we talked about the other day. When I hit you on the DM the other day, I was like, look, if you doing bottle service and you got an OnlyFans. I don't want to see you talking shit about. I don't want to see that. Like,
oh shit!
I'm not mad how you getting your money. Like, if that's the way you want to get your money, I'm cool with it. You know what I mean? Do what you got to do. I'm not hating on it. But then don't come talking shit on here. Don't start talking shit about dudes and them not having this and them not having this. It's like, what credentials are you bringing to this table?
Yeah.
Besides showing your ass.
That's been the thing though. Like whenever I see a woman that's kind of like, now don't get it twisted. Like I love the treatment and everything like that. Perfect gentleman and wine and dine and do all them things. If I'm into you, you're not gonna see none of that. But I've never quite understood that thing where you require a man to bring something to the table that you don't have.
That you do not have.
I've never understood that.
And I don't understand why you need to worry about how much money I have to spend on you. That's what I don't like. No, this is my money. I go to work for me. If I choose to share this with you, then be grateful that I choose to do that.
And listen, and we've had that conversation like with my bills. Like as my woman, let me be the first one to tell you that I was gonna pay my bills with or without you. So if we together, I don't expect you to pay my bills. I was gonna pay them without you, but that doesn't mean that I'm gonna pay your bills.
Like if you can't afford a Birkin bag, why would I why are you expecting me to afford? I'm lost.
Don't get the Birkin bag.
Say that.
Be broke.
Say that.
If you can't afford it,
Yeah.
then how do I get the negative if I can't afford it?
If I buy you a Birkin bag and then you ask me to cash out you $40, something wrong.
Big wrong.
Like, yo, I ain't never asked anybody for no money on Cash App one time. Never.
Yeah.
Never.
Hey, listen,
But
I do.
we ain't shit.
Listen, man, I put my Cash App up there twice. I know it was my birthday. I put my Cash App up there twice today. Everybody waved high. Nobody sent me nothing.
Joe, look, Joe. I ain't never asked anybody for money one time on social media. But I ain't shit though.
Listen.
Post more FedEx pictures.
Whoa.
Shots fired. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's how you bringing it. Listen, you're gonna get off the FedEx workers, man. You're gonna get off the FedEx workers.
As soon as I start getting my deliveries on time.
Maybe you should go holler at the guy delivering your shit. You know what I mean? He might be there.
I've been trying to.
You seen what happened on Friday, right, Miss Parker? You got to get his attention. He'll deliver your shit, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
T, you send me some money, dog? Oh, man. My OnlyFans popping. Thanks, T. Thanks, man. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. I'm gonna check that after this. Man. But yeah, dog, I just
if one of your people want to send me some money though, I will put out the cash out though. If they want to lend it to me. I've never asked for it, but if you give me some money.
Anyway. You supposed to have been up there. Listen, you should have been making money on Instagram. Instagram.
Hey,
Instagram.
Let's not even go there. Let's not go there.
You know who really making money right now?
Who's that?
Cardi B.
Hey.
Oh, man, pancakes. Pancake herself. And Cardi B. Hey, listen, there's no dull moments with Cardi, man. And shout out to Offset for, you know what I'm saying, pulling up and taking his family back.
King Toxic.
No. That's Tory. That is Tory.
Yeah.
No, okay, yeah, that's
Give Tory his flowers.
Offset is king. She ain't going nowhere.
That whole relationship is so toxic. It's so toxic.
Listen, who worse? Janae Aiko and Big Sean or Offset and Cardi? Because Janae put out whole songs and albums talking about how this nigga was making her, you know.
It's a different level of toxic. There's different levels of toxicity.
Mm-hmm. Please tell me.
Cardi and Offset are like that messy toxic, like that messy just
okay.
Damn again. Like, yeah. Janae and Big Sean, that's like that mind fuck toxic. That's that because you're just twisted. That's just a whole. That's upper echelon toxic.
Tell me.
Upper echelon toxic.
What's the twisted? What's Cardi B thinking right now with baby daddy?
I couldn't tell you what she thinking.
You said she twisted?
No, I'm talking about Janae. No, Janae and Big Sean. Yeah, they have that upper echelon toxic.
He had her. Ooh. Broke up with her and she made several songs.
Mm-hmm.
That man back. She didn't even move on. She dropped them little songs and Big Sean was right back in that. Cardi B. She went to the lawyer, filed the paper, went to the press, leaked the titty, everything. This nigga pop up in her live video.
Out the blue.
Again.
It wasn't out the blue. Whoever didn't see that coming is ignoring.
How you pop up in a video out the blue?
I was scrolling the timeline. I was like, hold on.
Listen, the first time he popped up at a concert, she was on stage. He came in that bitch talking about the Temptations. without David Ruffin. It's a fake ass Temptations in search of a David Ruffin. He was on stage just like David Ruffin. He didn't give zero fucks. And this time he popped up in a live video. What we doing? Huh? Who we talking to? Boy ain't going nowhere. I seen a meme.
Nowhere.
I seen a meme that said, this is why I stay out of my homegirls' relationships, because now I'm not invited back over to their house.
Every woman has that friend that tells you she breaking up, she leaving them, this time it's it, and you just like, okay.
He dropping it off in her pants. Yeah.
Right. Like I knew they were gonna get back together. This wasn't it.
Yeah, man. Here's what it is, man. Hey, listen, I'm never upset to see families break up and stuff, but yeah. Listen, when he sat on the car and said he missed his grandma, I knew he was getting her back. I knew it. As soon as he posted the nasty down view up at the car, sitting on the car saying, I wish my granny was here, I knew she was going to take him back.
He gonna have all these dudes. I'm just going through some. I miss my grandma.
With the shoes off.
Man, that's the move right there. That's the move. I'm going to get a shirt made that said, I win. Santana, I win. Offset face, I win. So we own that. We own that. And speaking of fine celebrities, Tracy Ellis Ross back at it again.
Hey,
showing off,
man.
That's droopy eye bae right there, boy. That's man.
The yam.
She's underrated.
No, she ain't
underrated. And well, no,
every group chat that I'm in with the men, we rating her. We've been rating her for years. Telling you. Tracy could get all this blackish.
It's so stupid.
Bad. And I don't know if I saw about an hour ago. I don't know. Actually, it might not have been an hour ago. About an hour ago, I saw some news that dropped. That say J-Lo say she's y'all favorite black girl in the hood or some shit along them lines.
She said who?
She said what?
J-Lo. She's she got a song out, and in the song the lyrics say she's still your black queen from the hood.
No, she did.
I swear.
I'm sorry, what?
She didn't say that.
Yeah. She says, I can't speak Spanish, so y'all don't kill me. Siempre serás tu negrita del Bronx. In other words, hey, listen.
All I heard is negrita.
What?
She says, a black girl from the Bronx. I'm still that black girl from the Bronx. And yeah, now they not having it with J-Lo. I don't know where it came from. I believe she got a ghostwriter and she just say whatever to teleprompter.
You know what, man? Whenever stuff like that happens, I blame that on us because there ain't enough black people in her life that told her about herself. Like
she said nigga before.
Look, huh?
They say she said nigga in the song before.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like there ain't enough people in her life that's black that didn't check her. That's on us. Like, we need to do that.
She getting checked right now because she all over. She done went viral. But listen, what would make you sing that though? Spanish, Mexican, Spanish, Italian, whatever. What
you do have some, unfortunately, that are Latina or Latinx as they call it now.
What they call it?
It's Latinx. So it's either Latino or Latina, but it's Latinx. So you do have some that are from certain countries.
It's out today.
And they'll consider themselves Afro-Latina because they have African roots, or they might have direct family who look black. And then there's like this gray area that no one really checks them. Like, you're not black. You might have those roots, but you're not black. You're not real Afro-Latina. J-Lo's not an Afro-Latina. But I feel like she's trying to ride that wave now. Like,
that's what I'm saying is like, you have to, like he said, you got to have people around you to be like, I probably wouldn't sing that one. Just be.
Where her publicist? Where was the producer? Who's in the studio?
What was that going to get you? What did she think that was? What did she think was going to come from saying that?
Like somebody around you had to tell you that's a terrible idea.
Yeah,
that's a terrible idea.
Who cleared it?
Right,
she did. Listen, J-Lo. We talk about Tory and the rest of them. J-Lo toxic.
And don't ask A-Rod. Don't ask A-Rod. He ain't. He's not the guy.
Jenny from the Block is the most toxic female we've ever seen. I know.
Like, Puff had to tell her. Puff had to say something. You would think
Puff is a weird dude. Puff is weird. Puff is
That's
weird.
an understatement.
Like Puff is like pro-black. I'm gonna take your royalties. Weird, dog. Like, no, you don't know. Like Puff is like real crop you out, but you invited to my party. Weird. Where's the lie? All his life he been that way. Like Puff is the most dating J-Lo. I miss you. Same he did with his baby mom and everybody else. But fuck you, dude, I've ever met in my life. And I ain't met him, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's history. Yeah, it's history. Like Puff is a weird dude. Like he really would get up there and tell you, man, we got to stick together to do X, Y, Z. And then Mace be like, can I get my masters back? No, Mace, you cannot have your masters back, my nigga. Starve, nigga. You will never see your masters, bitch, nigga.
But I want to see you win, though. Hey, and getting your shit.
Here's the thing, though. This is the thing. It's like black culture right now is getting hijacked at an all-time high. And it just is, especially with social media. It's like you got J-Lo saying stuff like that. You got, people saying the N-word that shouldn't be saying it and folks letting it slide. I mean, I saw a TikTok the other day with a white chick. And she was doing a dance to a song, and I forget who sings the song, but the lyrics were like, light skin, yellow. And she for real said the line like she was light skin. And I said, we ain't gonna check that she not light skin, not yellow. I don't care if it's a song or not. You don't say those words. That's not you. We're not talking about
it's the same way with memes. Like I look a certain way when white women particularly post memes, like niggas be like, and I be like,
right. And I'm like even through the whole BLM, like I said, listen, white folks, the black fist, y'all can't have that. Y'all can't have it. We want that back. Y'all can use it for a little bit, but we want that back.
Well, they kind of do that with everything. When they change bonnets and shit to like nighttime head wrap.
Don't get me started.
It's not a do-rag. This is a hair press.
We can't have anything.
Yeah, no, they funny with all that shit, man. They funny.
Y'all see when Adele was giving it up? She Jamaican now. Y'all peep that?
Oh, yeah. I remember when Adele did that shit when she hit the braids and shit, and I had the Jamaican suit on and shit. Yeah. Satin cap head ass. Y'all funny. My comments in here funny as hell, bro. But yeah, no, they be taking the code. But I feel like I said, DJ Khaled and certain people and stuff like that. I don't know what the J-Lo thing was. I don't know what the J-Lo thing was gonna gain her. But yeah, she need better people around her, legitimately. And on that hijacking shit, what's up with how y'all feel about Ice Cube? Well, fuck it, I say it. Listen, I come on here all the time and I literally say, fuck politics, don't talk politics, fuck politics. I even do the same shit with sports, man. I know a lot of people think Game 7 is about sports and stuff. I've said it and I'm gonna continue saying it. Like I don't know to do. I know if the Democrats ain't doing it and it's an agenda that we want to push, even if that's through Trump and Trump is the only one listening. I remember, here's the thing. I remember when people were saying Kanye was a genius because he was lining himself up with Trump, saying that this is what he was using Trump to do X, Y, Z. They called him a genius. So then I'm wondering why the slander for Ice Cube. I feel like if you got
timing,
I don't know, man. Listen, I think
it's probably timing, and I think it's a lot of stuff has transpired.
I think
within Trump's presidency,
I think black people are just never satisfied. I don't think we really know what the fuck we want.
I think what needs to happen is we as black people, we as minorities need to understand that this system wasn't built for us.
I said that. That's why.
So but the thing is that we get into these time periods where it's election season and they start doing their song and dance and it sounds good.
Call them Sambos. Did you just call them Sambos?
I'm just saying, we start these Democrats start going around and start doing all this and start appealing. And now
wasn't even listening to it.
But it's like, but this is the thing, like we as minorities, it always happens. It always happens anytime there's a big election, is we start hearing these pitches and we think that they're going to do so much for us. But I would really love to hear what's happened.
Hey, I like that shirt, man. I see you with the chest rapper hat on. I like that shirt, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
But what we have to understand, there isn't one party that's specifically for us.
The system's not for us.
Exactly. This government's not for us. So I agree with, if Ice Cube's standpoint is whoever's going to get it done, let's get it done. I agree with that. But I also understand that it might not get done.
Well, listen, I look at it.
I could even see after the election, dog. Like just now, like he say, you know, how they're both, and the Democrats was pretty much like, we got a nigga, and Trump like, yo, it's song and dance, bro.
Speaking
and they use
a nigga. I've seen battle rap rollouts. Yo, they are nasty out here with the politics. They are using battle rap videos, dances, and everything else. Who is it? It's the Democrats, right? It's the Democrats. It's Biden, right? Y'all seen this shit?
Look, nah.
I've seen a lot of fuckery when it comes to getting people to vote.
Yeah,
I was watching something earlier and everybody was naked, and I'm like, why?
So that's what's gonna get us to the polls. Ass and battle rap. That's what gets us out the vote.
Rap.
That's all I've been seeing is ass and battle rap. Like, come on, man.
Yes, listen, he
this
got
shit a joke.
Biden recruited twerkers and battle rappers and everybody.
Biden was the same dude who tried to pull Cardi B into the mix. Biden's the same dude who stuck his foot in his mouth on the Breakfast Club. And the thing is with the Democratic Party, and I'm not a politician, so I don't want to get into it too in depth, but they try to ride any kind of black culture they can, you know.
Of course.
That's exactly what they're trying to do, because they know this. The reason why black voters don't turn out is exactly what we've been talking about, is because we don't think there's going to be any change in our community. So we come from the standpoint is it doesn't matter who I vote for, because there's no change coming either way, because the system's not built for us. That has stemmed black voting for who knows how long. So what they're trying to do is to say, hey, you know what? Because we had Obama, because now we have a black woman, that we're going to do something for you to get to vote. And really the issue right now is that you got basically a guy who could be, some would say, as a white supremacist, as a Republican. And had you not had that, that's really your only force field and why you have a black woman on. Okay, because Joe Biden has stuck his foot in my plenty of times. We saw in the Breakfast Club, he got too cool. He thought he was too in depth with us. He thought he was too
invited to the barbecue.
And I told him, I said, listen, you are a visitor here. You are not a resident. When you walk in the door, it says Joe on your name tag. Okay, you are a visitor. Kick your shoes off there as long as you like, but you will go home. Okay, you are not a resident. But he thought he can come in here. He was one of us. No, you're not.
Yeah, he got way too comfortable.
This is my first time listening to this. Y'all gonna hear it with me, but I want to see what this fuckery is.
Yo, why you ain't been answering your phone? You know why I'm calling you.
Joe Biden.
You have to vote. You know why I don't vote? Because as a black man, I just feel like there's no hope. Our president telling people to go back to China, taking the coronavirus as a joke. And that's the part that frightened me. When you choose the president, it's supposed to be a knockout. Then why this situation doesn't entice me? If you got the answers to get me out this dark path, my brother, enlighten me.
I'm done. This nigga said enticing me. I quit.
I can't.
This
nigga. Who put that out? Who put that out?
Biden put Charlie Clips and a couple others in a battle rap video. It's all
again. Again. It comes down to who cleared this.
Right. Who's cleared this?
Like, how many people did this go through before they was like, you know what, Joe, this is an excellent idea.
Not the white. There's a room full of white people sitting there.
I'm about to say, there's no way.
This will get them.
Yeah, we should do that. That's a good idea. There's no way.
This campaign shit is wild, yo, and I'm off it. I'm over it.
Hey, Marcus, hey, Santana, I'm thinking you guys could battle rap for me. Get me elected.
Yeah, you know, go in there, drop a couple. What do you guys call it? Bars. Like, come on, man.
I gotta know
Get the fuck out of here, yo. Go up there and debate.
Yeah.
Tell me what you gonna do. I don't want to see fucking Lizzo and these chicks out twerking. And these niggas battle. Come on, man. That shit corny.
Listen, it did not entice me.
Tyson.
Yo, I'm not voting no fucker with nobody that thought that was a good bar. It's supposed to be a knockout. Why is it not enticing me? That's the name of this show, right, yo? I'm naming
it is
EnTYSON me. Listen,
like we looking at like what 1,200 or whatever money you sending, and this the fuck I turn on to see. I don't give a fuck about that, yo.
Listen, you can't battle rap me again after that. I'm playing this. I'm not even battling you no more. You come back to the battle rap league. I'm playing this clip every chance I get.
You on the summer jam scene with this?
Yeah, you fucked up. Standing here acting it. Yeah, I can't do it, bro. It's just, but yeah, like the politics and shit. Like I said, I've been trying to stay clear of all of that because it's just so much fuckery, dog. Like it's so fucking weird because we've had this conversation, and it's really right in front of people's eyes too. When you watch Canada and all these other places that are able to give their people free healthcare, free schooling, and the rest of that, and thrive and be straight and not go through the things that we go through, that shows the people you care. But if you telling me you can't get away with do away with student loan debt and the rest of that, but let Chase Bank be on the brink of bankrupt, you pulling $70 billion out of your ass to save them, you wildin'. It's something really wrong. And anybody that can't see that these people are just not for you, or they just don't give a fuck before you, it's wild. You can play this game. I see shit for what it is, man. There's no way you tap in your pocket saying you ain't got it, and I see you.
How much do these bullshit ads cost, though? How much do these ads cost?
I really want to know. I really want to know why Charlie Clips and them niggas signed off for this.
I just need to know. I just want to know who clears everything. That's all I need to know. That's all I want to know.
Whatever bank they bank with, that's who cleared it. Whatever bank they bank with.
Got him. Ooh, she might be on to something.
White folks.
Ooh, she might be on to something. Hey, Charlie, I seen you over there selling that. And I got a hold of your bank account there, buddy. I know your mom's over there I know your mom's over here at 312 Pass a Broke Nigga Drive. Yeah. Yeah. If you I'm just saying, hey, listen, you might be on to something. They might have got, listen, I gotta talk to Charlie, bro. They got Charlie, bro.
They got him, yo.
Got him. They pulled the card on him, the Illuminati. I got you, or the surveillance. You got a brother in jail doing the 3 to 9. Yeah. I can make that a lot longer if you don't battle. If you don't entice these people to vote for me. Yeah, you might be on to something there. That's the only way I can see that happening. There's no fucking other way you get me to do a 3.5 minute commercial rapping on a basketball court.
It's 3.5 minutes of that.
They on the basketball court too?
They on the basketball court. Charlie ass shooting jumper.
Oh God.
Did they have the Travis Scott meal with them? That's the only thing they missing.
I was just gonna say.
Travis Scott.
If they would have ordered a Travis Scott meal, we didn't check all the boxes. We checked all the boxes.
Not the obesity special. Not to get the kids to get out here to what's it, Cactus Jack? That's what it is. It's a Cactus.
Yeah. Tell them Cactus Jack sent you.
Yeah, I don't know, man. When I see that shit, it's wild. But anyway, so off them, we missed the week. And the week leading up to last Sunday, I watched this documentary about Colorado. You in Colorado, right?
Yeah.
So I watched the documentary, American Murder. Wild as fuck. Sad as shit. Bro.
Sicko.
Sick.
That shit was
how long have you been in Colorado?
What's up?
How long have you been there?
Man, I've been long, man. Over 10 years, man. I've been a minute.
Okay, so you were there when it happened.
When did it happen? When did it happen?
I think
2-3 years ago. Something like that. It's recent.
I was here.
So when you see it, it's probably gonna refresh you and be fucked up. But it's a fucked up documentary. But I'm not even gonna get into the documentary per se. We kind of already talked about it, and I really don't want to even go back down that lane. But what I did want to talk about, and I had written down, was the fact that per usual, because we come on here, we are known for being toxic and toxic masculinity. Apparently, thank you, Sable, for being here. Thank you. You can hold it down for the women. But we came on here and we said it before, like all this protect women and protect this. A man don't do this. A man ain't shit and blah 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 and all this. It's hard to do. It's hard to do with the mixed signals. It's hard to do when you got a certain type of women out there. And I understand from a women's perspective, it's hard when there's a certain type of man out there. I get it. But in this case, this man murdered his 2 daughters in the wildest way, and his wife, to try to be with another fucking woman. And the world watched this. And as soon as the documentary came out, the consensus was, kill this nigga. Don't even rape him, do all the nasty shit in the world. Fuck this nigga. He don't deserve to live. Oh, but wait. That nigga got so much fan mail right now.
Sickos, yo.
It's so many women out there sending this dude panties, letters, hope, admiring him. You see shit like that. This is the shit that go, what?
So did Ted Bundy.
American history.
I know.
There you go. It's American history.
That's what I'm saying. Like we've said, like as soon as Chris Brown did what he did, the Tory do what he do, it's always a woman or a group of women out there that's going, Chris Brown could beat my ass any day.
Shoot me in my foot, Tory.
Yeah, he Tory. And that's why we call toxic. That's why we call
the strap, Tory.
Nigga out there popping bottles and wild and living his best life. And bro,
partying.
Well, you know what? You had that situation with Drea. You had a situation with Drea on social media. She was on a podcast. And she came out and said that she wished somebody loved her like that to shoot her like Tory did. And she caught a lot of backlash from that because that was just a dumbass comment. You know, plain and simple. I don't have any other way to put it. It's just stupid. Yes. You know, but you've seen that. I mean, look, man. You know, look.
Yeah, Sable.
Some people about that Ike and Tina, man. Some people about that and
that's a whole deeper issue within somebody, because there's some people who are attracted to that, but it's usually because they come from some sort of broken situation
or
that has taught them that that's the way to show love, or that's how someone shows you love, and they have been able to, or they were in a situation, well, either way, they came from a broken situation, regardless, whether it was how they were brought up by their family or past relationships. You have those who have been brainwashed essentially to believe that because someone's controlling or wants to do harm to you, it's because they love you. Any abuser, I don't care whether it's physical, mental, whatever, in a relationship, they're going to say they do the things that they do because they love you. And you have women who literally think that that's a form of showing love. They're attracted to that shit. That's a deeper, that's some up here, like you need to go talk to somebody.
Yeah, I just I see that shit and I immediately, because we're none of us on here, none of us. Let's keep it real. Like I said, y'all my brothers and shit, and say, well, you know, I've known you for forever, and it's like we have these conversations where it's always wild to watch what people accept or are attracted to, or the way they go about certain things, and it's never a lot of shit just don't add up, because in other words, there's a lot of women out here that can't find a good man, but they're a good woman, and then you turn around and you find out like all you really are trying to say is you got that WAP, and then you turn around and be like, oh, that WAP ain't gonna be able to keep them, and then you be like, oh, you expect me to cook, clean, and do all this and all, and it's like, all right, listen. We're getting nowhere. We're getting nowhere real fast. What is it that you actually want? Because what you're saying is you want a good man, but then you turn around and you send fan mail and panties to this nigga that just offed all his kids and his wife instead of.
Well, the problem is you're putting everybody in one box.
No. I'm not putting everybody. I'm saying you just never know. But let's keep it a bean. There is an abundance of misfits. You may be a woman that can't find or hasn't found the man that fits you, and leave to you're a good woman. I could be the same way. Marcus could be the same way. Santana, you know, him being in sugar daddy mode and shit like that.
Santana being in them streets.
You know what I'm saying? A little street. You had to look over here.
Not me. Love my house and family.
Yeah, Mr. Hey Auntie over here. You know what I'm saying? He hit the streets and shit. You know what I'm saying? Listen, Santana, I seen you with the nasty award, dog. You know, I'm out here.
What?
He said, I'm out here twisted up. Hey, auntie, watch it.
Oh, yeah, hey, auntie vibe. Hey, auntie energy.
Hide your wife, hide your kids. You know what I'm saying? Like I was on it. Listen, I'm just saying Nah, we ain't, Terrence. We not finna get that man in trouble. My sister know what's up. Hey, before I go any further, I seen a meme today that said, if his homeboys call you sis, he cheating. I was weak. I said, damn.
Yeah,
That's not what's happening here. Let me just say that's not what's happening here. Let me go on record.
Never heard that.
Never heard. Hey, when my man say in that video, hey, I'm with my girl. Hey, so all he do is talk about you.
All he do is talk about you. Hey, you got me on speaker? You got me on speaker?
All he do is talk about you.
I was rolling.
Yo, but yeah, no, man. I just feel like if you had a conversation, nobody's ever wrong. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And then you dig deeper and you like, oh, you sending fan mail to this nigga. That's all I'm saying. That's all.
Well, that's the key thing you said was dig deeper.
Okay.
On any side, whether you're a man or a woman,
Cripple blood.
you have cripper blood,
Super.
whatever it is, big C's, big B's,
Hey,
whatever it is.
You cripple blood. You in Cali. You cripple blood.
I'm gonna keep it pushing on that note.
Gang banger.
Red is my favorite color though, but we'll just keep it moving. But when it comes down to it, you say that women, you can't tell what you're gonna get. Like a woman may say that she wants this, but then you get this. Same thing with a man. A man may say he wants this, but then you get that. It comes down to that person, and we've had conversations about this, you and I, that person having a foundation set, them knowing who they really are. When you run into somebody who's hella confused, it's usually because they don't even know who they are. Anyone who is not just at peace with themselves, but knows who they are, has done that groundwork with themselves, they know exactly what they want. There is no confusion. There is no deviation. Anybody who does not know what they want or is tottering between whatever and whatever, they got some work to do within themselves.
Okay, so did Meg shot in her foot by Tory Lanez?
Yeah. You know how I feel about Tory.
Mr. Moore, I don't look. Tell us how you feel about Tory.
Look, Joe. My thing about Tory is that I just can't get over how small this dude is. Like, I just can't get over this.
Nah, no, I get short dudes.
Look, I just can't get over this, and I'm like, how did this dude? He's like 5'2". First of all, how did he bag Megan? Because you know Megan talk mad. Like she one of those things that be talking all the shit. Like you better come in there. You better come in there. Like, look, look.
Hey, I'm like that jumper with his feet up.
Man, Joe, and I'm like,
that's wild.
I just can't get over that. And then my thing is that, you know, we always, you know, you our age, you always go back to the Harlem Nights, you know what I'm saying? And then you bring comments that my man was like, he told her to dance for each other. Like,
that's a nasty nigga if he said damn.
And I'm like, look, man, look. Well, the biggest issue now is that we all know that how did she walk? She didn't walk out of the SUV with her feet bleeding for nothing. So how do you believe in your mind that you didn't shoot this chick? Like, how have you convinced yourself that you didn't shoot this chick? Like, that's where I'm at.
Well, listen, all I know is she said his daughter said she did that shit. Hold on, he finna knock my light over. Boy, I can't stand this dude. Y'all.
My thing with Tory, none of us know exactly what happened yet, but my thing with Tory is I don't like how he nasty. No, I don't know. I don't like how he promoted he did this whole promotion for his album based on the drama.
Mm-hmm. He nasty.
But that's what they do, though. I mean,
it is what they do. It is what they do. But I'm like, I wasn't surprised.
Oh, right.
I was more so like, damn, man. Like, I was disappointed more than anything. Because I was like, I get you're going to write about it. You're going to put it in your music. As artists, we do that. It's a part of your life. It's going to come up in your music at some point. But as sensitive as the situation was and what was going on around it, I think, it doesn't sit right. Like, damn, man, you really just did that?
Like, at this point, as far as just how entertainment goes, like, I don't even get disappointed about it anymore. And I should be, but as the old saying goes, it's like, there's no honor amongst thieves. And that's what they do. You know, they use any situation to promote themselves. You know, so it's like any situation that we don't know what happened, so he gonna use it to promote because he know even if he does get convicted or something happens, he got to make some money in the meantime. So he gonna use it for that. He knows this. Just like we just talked about people writing letters to this sicko. There's gonna be people on his side that don't know the story.
Oh, they own it. They big time.
There's tons of them. There's tons of them on his side.
He knows he's gonna have a fan base. All he got to do is say, "Hey, fans, I love you out there. I love your support." And it's gonna be people that's already out there like, "Yo, yeah, she lying."
Nasty.
She lying.
He nasty. He said in a post. This is what got me. He said in a post for everybody out there praying for me and Megan. I said, "Fam, I know you didn't
toxic.
He big wild.
I know you didn't just throw her in the prayer.
I still have to know how did he get Megan Thee Stallion? How did that happen? I have to know.
Money.
I have to know.
Yeah, that'd be a good story.
I think a lot of women that he's around fuck with him because of his production and songwriting ability. I think, you know,
Tory as an artist is dope.
Yeah, exactly. I think at that level, with the ones that he just named, to have him on a feature when he was there before all of this was something. Sean wants to get at it. I'm not adding Sean again until he agrees to come on here and do a versus battle with Santana.
A versus battle? What we battling about?
Everything. You two motherfuckers go at it. I need to produce a podcast with just you and Sean.
Run it.
Topic for topic, Joe Biden, Trump style.
He could be Trump then. I got the Joe Biden smoke for him.
I need that. I need y'all to sign that waiver. Sean, listen, if Santana send you, if you got something to say, we're going to get ready to end this in a second anyway. If you got something to say real quick, Santana could go ahead and he couldn't hang. Wow. Your daughter says she loves it the way y'all be going at it. You can come on here and say your piece or whatever, but we're going to end this soon. And yeah, listen, I just don't like the way Tory moving. Just all smiles, party.
Big comfortable.
Yeah,
like nobody pressing.
I'm not saying the dude guilty. I'm not saying I don't know what happened. I've been saying
that. You know what? Something weird I thought about. What if Meg came out and say, "G-Eazy, you know you shot me." What would happen then?
If G-Eazy did it?
Yeah, because she laying in bed with him a couple. So I'll just use him per se.
I don't know. You tell us what will happen.
If the white boy came out and he allegedly shot her, he ain't gonna be moving around like that.
Yeah, he said he
guilty. But G's is a little different though.
I think most people, that's what I'm saying. That's why I call Tory nasty. I don't think most people are moving with this, bruh. I'm not saying like, I'm just saying like as far as maybe being pressed or accosted or can't go on the streets like the way Tory moving around on the streets. I don't know. We said the same thing about Zimmerman and that motherfucker's moved.
I mean, you know what, man? I think it's more or less. I think if you flip the situation, if you're trying to do it culturally, I think if you switch the situation, if it was a white woman and a black man, I think that like in our culture, in our society, that people accept violence in our culture, in our society, and in that music business so much that that's allowing him to move. It's like, all right, so what? They talk about getting shot all the time. That's all they talk about. Like,
but to piggyback off that, in our culture, we have this mindset of mind your business. We might talk about it and we might gossip it, but it's like, hey, that's their business. Let them do it. But if it's Kylie that he shot, Tory, we would have never heard from Tory this entire time.
That's my point. I'm on record saying though, if it was Kylie or a white woman that Tory had shot,
right,
black people wouldn't be moving this way against him either. Black people as a whole would have been like, well, why isn't he in jail? Or where was this? And why are you bringing up this?
I don't know that. I don't know about that.
Listen, look at the culture and look at all of the high profile cases that have been out there. I'm not necessarily talking about R. Kelly, but even R. Kelly got that. Even if you want to stop and talk about George Floyd and Trayvon Martin and Tamir Rice and everybody else, the first things that we look at in every situation is, where is your evidence? They didn't do nothing wrong. We are the best lawyers in the world when it comes to defending and telling you don't bring up X, Y, Z. So we would have seen it if it was a white woman and we'd have said, all right, he had a gun. that don't mean that I can carry a gun all the time, or I could do this, or he got out, or where's this, or whatever. And we would have broke that down that way. I fully believe if this was a situation where it wasn't a black woman, it was a white woman, and Tory was moving how he was moving, it wouldn't be.
Though. There's no way he can move like that, because again, when we talk about our culture and we talk about how people view our culture, not just black culture, but how white culture views our culture, they view us as a violent culture. So it allows Tory to continue to move, because it's just like you said, Sable, within our culture, it's like, we're going to mind our business. We don't know what happened. It is what it is. I wasn't there. I don't know. Okay. I got he say, she say. In other cultures, it's like, well, that's how they are. They're violent. They do this. They don't check themselves with that. But with us, that's how they do that. They perceive that on us. So that's their violent culture. That's their gang culture. That's their drug culture. That's their entertainment culture. So that's what it is. But when you insert Kylie in the mix, that's not her culture. And then we bring value again. They're valuing her higher than they're valuing us as a people. So again, that's not her culture. So, if he shot Kylie, he wouldn't be moving anywhere, because they would be on his ass. Now, what we would do as black culture, because now it is a white woman, we're easy to defend our own culture. So we're going to defend Tory. So we're going to defend Tory until, because we just don't want to see another black man go down like that, because we know that everything's stacked against us for many different reasons.
And just to go off of that, I think I'm a play devil's advocate this time here, Santana. I think white people, Italians, and everybody else move sort of like we do as well. You know what I mean? Like, you see white people in different types of hell. White woman just got 4 months probation for whatever she did with them toddlers. She killed them or whatever. White people are known to kind of move and take care of their own. You know, they kind of do that shit with bank fraud, shit, sweep it under the rug, or handle shit internally, or they do kind of the same thing that we do, except they have actual empathy and power, and
they have power structure. They have
that. Different. What we got, I think I know what you're saying. We got this jungle zoo mentality where they watch and they say, fuck them, let them kill them. It's always been that way. You know what I mean? So in that case, yes, absolutely right. But I just feel like if this, I'm speaking more so to the black community, cancel culture, and all the rest of this. Had Tory Lanez been out with Kylie that night, and only Kylie, and something happened, I truly, my heart of hearts, believe, given all the same circumstances, we would have been like, what's that bitch do? We would have went so far as to point.
Black culture would have said that.
Yeah. Black culture would have been more Tory Lanez than Kylie. I think black.
Of course. Because listen, at that point in time, we're gonna get into defense mode, because now is when we get into a you versus us, we're gonna try to defend us. Okay, because we know Kylie is gonna have everybody on her side, but that is the same reason why Tory can't move like that. Right. Because Kylie's gonna have everybody in her, however many million followers in every other community but ours, okay, isn't the majority community on her side. Right. And we're going to take Tory's side because we know it's an unfair fight.
And we're going to throw every person that's ever been caught up in that Kardashian web or whatever, and be like, no, this is what they do. There's another black man that's successful that they're doing it to. Reggie Bush, Lamar Odom, Kanye. So for
they turned Bruce Jenner. People don't understand what Bruce Jenner was. People don't get. They turned the white man off.
Going down a wormhole.
Like, people don't understand what Bruce Jenner was and who he was. Like, this was the Mike Jordan, the LeBron James. This was the greatest athlete in the history of the world. Like, he could honestly say, Bruce Jenner, that there is nobody ever better athlete than me, ever, and that walked the earth. That's who Bruce Jenner was.
Now
and they talk to this man.
You're a golden girl now?
Bro.
Don't do the golden girls like that.
What? Man, listen. hey, listen, I don't want to get into that, but what I will say is that, first of all, Santana posted some shit today that was wild. I had to repost that. I had to. That was already wild. I still man. What dick is, but wow.
I don't want to know. I just was wondering, like, what everybody else would think when they saw what I saw.
And
what did you see?
I
didn't see it.
All right. Well, it's a text message. It's in my thread. This girl goes to say, men come into her inbox and she be trying to get rid of them. So she gets rid of them and she sends them a picture. And he said, the guy, this conversation, I want to touch you like I'm he's forget the grammatical errors. This is exactly what he said. Like I own you. She says, I want you, but I need to tell you something first. He said, tell me, I'm waiting.
Oh, I saw that. I did see that.
He said, will you still like me? He says, tell me. And she sends him a picture of a boy and then a picture of her and says, I was born a man. Is that okay with you? BB, not baby, BB. He said, if you're a person, I don't care about your past. She said, okay, but I said,
as long as you're human.
Yeah, he said, if you're a person, these new niggas is
human.
You
human.
So then the nigga goes on to say, she says, okay, but I still have a cock. Can we meet soon? He said, okay, fine. Send me more pics because you're beautiful. Can I see your pussy dick? Listen, Sean, we're not laughing we're laughing because the man she tried to get rid of him and she just could not get rid of him. Now, if you're a man and you saw a beautiful woman, you hitting on a beautiful woman, the consensus would probably be that you're straight.
I'm gonna have to try that next time.
No, you're gonna get some weird shit.
It's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work. You don't know.
Show your pussy dick.
Now that's the part that killed me.
I was wrong when I read that part.
Yes. So listen. And this is why context is everything. Nobody cares about your I don't care about your gender or your preference or whatever. But if you're going, if I sit here and I'm hitting on a woman and that woman tells me that she had, oh fam, I'm all the way damn near ready to Men in Black your ass. I don't want you even talking to me no more. Like, I want this to never exist. I don't even know. And that's the shit that's funny is like she said she still got a cock. She didn't say I had a surgery. Can I see your pussy dick?
That's why that's some of the wild shit I've seen.
It's crazy.
Damn. She told you what she got, or you know what I mean, or whatever. Anyway, it didn't deter the man.
Man. He never seen one before.
Man, he gonna learn today. He's gonna learn today. Listen, I don't believe that though. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe he never seen one. I believe it's another world out there that we don't know, or I'm not privy to.
I don't want to know. I'm straight, man.
No, that was wild. But yeah, listen, some of the shit, and
I'm not hating on whatever people like.
Trans scope, she don't identify as trans, buddy, Sean.
She identified.
She was trying to get rid of this nigga, and he was a sicko, and it didn't work.
No. First of all,
that's the punchline is.
No, the punchline is she does not identify as.
That's what I'm telling her. Yeah, that's the point. It started with her trying to get rid of him.
Yeah, right.
Buddy, like, yo, I'm with all that shit. Like, I can't gotta do more than that.
It was real. If
it get rid of me.
That wasn't enough.
She went to the extreme to turn away and get this dude out of the inbox, and it just didn't work.
Yeah, so, at that point, she could say like, "My ass is in front of me," and that shit. Like he was with it.
I'm speaking out, Sean. You know what, man? You get out of our comments and everything.
Hypothetical. Ain't no hypothetical. She don't.
And if you're not willing to come on here and do this versus battle, I don't want to hear it, man. I'm producing this versus battle. You two motherfuckers go at it every week, all through the week. He want all the smoke. Yes, sir. Smoked sausage.
Whoa.
Call it what you go. Anyway, man, listen, we going on 2 hours. We already established LeBron James is the best to ever play.
Oh, we did.
Oh, God. Let's not. Please. Can we not?
Hold on, Santana. What you mean, no? Santana, speak now, forever hold your peace. I don't hear this no more.
I got it. You know where I'm at, dude.
Pause. Where you at? Where you at with it? Because
I'm at this sound like all over the place, yo. And I see what you try to do, but you say MJ the GOAT, and then say you do. I'm trying to get over GOAT and then the best player you ever seen.
Me too. I still
the best I ever seen.
I don't get it.
That's what I'm trying to understand. I ain't get to understand it really.
All right, who's the greatest athlete ever?
Bo Jackson.
You just said Bruce Jenner. See, this why I
said at the time. I said at the time.
All right, so at the time, Jordan was.
No, Jordan's still the GOAT.
Oh my God.
I changed my mind about. Listen, this is the thing is that Bruce Jenner in the Olympics. I said could say, based on how they say when you win that event, you're the greatest athlete in the world, right?
You could also say he was a man back then.
Yes. I call him Bruce. Mama call him Bruce. I'm gonna call him Bruce. Right?
I'm the man back then. He can't do that now.
He can't do. Back then, he could say that.
Times have changed, and that's all I'm trying to get y'all to understand. Jordan is the GOAT. He's on Mount Rushmore. He's in the center. He's on the $100.
Who's number one? Who's the best ever? Who's the best ever to do it?
The greatest to ever play the game is Jordan.
Okay, we done then.
The best basketball player to ever walk.
Oh my god!
I'm off it. I'm off it.
I can't.
Skip that Billy being all on the fence line.
I can't.
Listen to my words. The greatest to ever play the game is Jordan. The best basketball player to ever walk the earth is LeBron James at this point.
That's contradictory.
Right? You saying like right now? Put your headset back on. Right now?
What now?
Are you saying now, today, yesterday, last couple years, or period? That's what I'm trying to. That's the line I'm trying to get out the way.
I think for our generation, since Jordan, LeBron is one of the greatest basketball players, but he's not the GOAT.
Bruce, I didn't say he was the GOAT. I said Jordan's the GOAT.
Well, then we done.
Right.
But you can't say Jordan's the GOAT and then LeBron's the greatest ever.
I didn't say he was the greatest. I say he's the best to ever walk the earth. There are certain, all right, man, y'all know what I'm saying and y'all don't want to admit.
I know what I'm hearing.
Y'all know exactly what I'm saying.
I'm trying to figure out what you're saying. I don't,
all three of y'all. He said Facebook tried to put him in jail again. See, keep calling us straights.
Yeah, keep saying straight. Report your ass.
Damn racist. Keep calling us straights. The straights. Hey, listen, y'all, I may not heard it, and I don't know if y'all watching these comments, but Sean keep calling everybody the straights.
Wouldn't that be considered like heterophobic?
Yes. Heterophobic, toxic motherfucker.
You be ready. You be ready. We're going to have this conversation. We're going to have this ding, ding. Listen, I'm putting together this Biden versus shit. Listen, I know Mark is disabled. Y'all probably don't follow these two. They're brothers. And all down my timeline is Royal fucking Rumble.
I'm gonna have to follow Santana's post now.
Listen, they go at it. You got to follow his brother Sean, and you got to follow him. And I promise you, your timeline throughout the week, it don't matter. They could be. He's talk about chips. Let me give you a comment. He said, "Oh, so the straights can't drink mimosas because it's considered gay or something." Fam, it's just so much stuff that we can. I love mimosas.
Me too.
Me too. First thing I order, soon before I even sit down, walk past the bar. Hey,
I leave my crib is to get some mimosas. What you mean? I put my pinky up in everything. I can't. I don't mean to. It just be there.
Look, I named my own mimosa in Miami. They made me my own mimosa.
Mm-hmm. You're not with the straights anymore. Then this is why we got to have this conversation.
You know what I mean?
He said, "What? This is the type of shit you're gonna
see.
These two, the things that go on
all week.
Conversations. I never in my life knew two people could be. You know, they are absolutely arch nemesis. It's the funniest shit ever though. But I'm gonna produce this show. I'm gonna make this happen.
Run it. I'm ready.
All right.
Say a lot of shit out in the open now. Whoa, pause.
Whoa. I'm glad you caught that. Don't open nothing. Backdoor galore.
Wow.
What a way to end it.
Wow.
Rear ended. Hey. He said, really? I'm back. Sean, get ready.
And welcome to Game 7.
He drove up. Hey, I fucks with you. And you gonna DJ one of my projects. I know you be out there doing the R&B shit and all that, but I need all that. Pause.
Creepy photographer, creepy DJ vibes.
Creepy photographer vibes with the DJ in the back.
Spinning more than records.
I'm out of here. I'm ending this right now before it goes. I'm ending this. Thank y'all for tuning in. LeBron James is the best.